on your first year.
Omaewamu Shindiru Nani. Okay, this is my push to talk. Oh, we're live. Okay. All right. Let's. Are we? Are we live? No data. I'm a little confused right now because it says we're live, and I can see people in here. Come on, YouTube. Sip your game. See, we got 2 minutes left of this. Okay, hold up. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's odd. Okay, well, I just won't be able to see anything. Alright, whatever. Let's go ahead and get some action. Okay, what's going on, y'all? Good afternoon. Good evening, depending on where you're at. Right now, we're on board with Dakar. Taking a look at his lap. We got 1 minute of qualifying left. Let's go to full screen here. And what we've noticed, or actually, let me tell you some of the changes. So what we've changed is fuel now has significant
Okay, yeah, that's
weight,
what I thought. That's odd.
When a lot of these guys go into the race, you're going to see they're a lot slower towards the beginning of the lap and a lot faster towards the end. So I've seen a lot of people actually running on 100% fuel during qualifying, and those people are usually down here in the 23, 25, 26. Right now we're on board with Dakar. Taking a look at his lap. We got 1 minute of qualifying left. Just set a new time. Is number 69. Let's take a look at it. What we've noticed, or actually, let me tell you some of the changes. So what we've changed is running 40% fuel over here.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's all.
A lot of these guys, yeah, we're not really going to see show a lot slower towards the beginning of the lap and get a lot faster towards the end. So up here in fifth position, running actually running on 100% fuel during qualifying, and those people are usually down here in the 23, 25 minutes. Right now we're on board with that guy. Taking a look at his lap. We got 1 minute of qualifying left. Just set a new time, running really close together. Let's take a look at him. So qualifying is over. We got a spinner there in the background. So it's almost like the race, but it didn't started yet over here. Okay, yeah, so we have a lot of these guys. Yeah, we're not really going to see show which is like beginning of the lap. Because right now they're red. Up here in fifth position, again, just a reminder, the green light at the back during qualifying and DRS, the energy recovery, 23. We have a live stream. Right now we're on with the energy recovery, and look at his lap. We got 1 minute left to use their electric boost for number straight line speed. Take a look at him. We got a spinner there in the background. So it's almost like the race running 40% here. So we have a lot of these guys. Yeah, we're not going to see show which is like beginning of the lap. Because right now we're back here. I've seen all of these laps reminder of the spin back during the qualifying and DRS, energy recovery, 23. We have a live stream. Right now we're on with the energy required by the second lap. We got one that doesn't stay loose there. That's when you got back here. We got made the straight line speed, and we got we got a spinner there in the background. So it's almost like the race running 40% here. So we have a lot of these guys. Yeah, we're not going to fantasy shows. It's like, you know, like, I've seen all of them, like, goes into the lane spin during the energy recovery and required by the seconds. Like, we got one that doesn't stay there, that we use the jack here, we got major straight line speed, and we got we got straight there in the back. So it's almost like these guys are not running 40% fuel. So we have a lot of these guys. Yeah, we're not playing the sea show. It's like, you know, like, I've seen all of them, like, goes into the lane spin during the energy recovery and required by the seconds. Like, we got one that doesn't stay there, that we use the jack here, we got major straight line speed, and we got straight there in the back. So it's almost like these guys are not running 40% fuel. So we have a lot of these guys. Yeah, we're not playing the sea show. It's like, you know, like, I've seen all of them, like, goes into the lane spin during the energy recovery and required by the seconds. Like, we got one that doesn't stay there, that we use the jack here, we got major straight line speed, and we got straight there in the back. So it's almost like these guys are not running 40% fuel. So we have a lot of these guys. Yeah, we're not playing the sea show. It's like, you know, like, I've seen all of them, like, goes into the lane spin during the energy recovery and required by the seconds. Like, we got one that doesn't stay there, that we use the jack here, we got major straight line speed, and we got straight there in the back. So it's almost like these guys are not running 40% fuel. Okay, so we're just waiting for all the cars to get charged right now. Crazy, because all they have to do is go to the garage, put the fuel in, let's get fast and drop while we're here. Let's do a job while we're here. Hold on. Okay, so we're just waiting for all the cars to get charged right now. Crazy, because all they have to do is go to the garage, put the fuel in, let's get fast and drop while we're here. Let's do a job while we're here. Hold on. Crazy, because all they have to do is go to the garage, put the fuel in, let's get fast and drop while we're here. Let's do a job while we're here. Hold on. Let's get fast and drop while we're here. Let's do a job while we're here. Hold on. Let's get fast and drop while we're here. Let's do a job while we're here. Hold on. Okay, so we have one late starter. The rest of the field managed to get on the way though. So we're gonna go ahead and just see what these guys do and how they manage their fuel. We have quite a few drivers here today. I think we've got like 19 to 20. Some of them just, there we go. Yeah, I'm just interested to see what's going on behind, because we've got one driver who seems to be missing, MIA. Let me see if anything. Okay, so we have, see if I can one late starter. The rest of the field managed to get on the way though. So we're gonna go ahead and just see what these guys do and how they manage their fuel. You know when you just see it? Yeah, there's quite a few drivers here today. I think he's making his way up from the back. So let's see. There we go. Let's make sure he gets into his position. Yeah, I'm just interested to see what's going on behind, because we've got one driver who seems to be missing, MIA. Let me see if anything. Okay, so we have, see if I can one late starter. The rest of the field managed to get on the way though. So we're gonna go ahead and just see what these guys do and how they manage their fuel. You know when you just see it? Yeah, there's quite a few drivers here today. I think he's making his way up from the back. So let's see. There we go. Let's make sure he gets into his position. Yeah, I'm just interested to see what's going on behind, because we've got one driver who seems to be missing, MIA. Let me see if anything. Okay, so we have, see if I can one late starter. The rest of the field managed to get on the way though. So we're gonna go ahead and just see what these guys do and how they manage their fuel. You know when you just see it? Yeah, there's quite a few drivers here today. I think he's making his way up from the back. So let's see. There we go. Let's make sure he gets into his position. Yeah, I'm just interested to see what's going on behind, because we've got one driver who seems to be missing, MIA. Let me see if anything. Okay, so we have, see if I can one late starter. The rest of the field managed to get on the way though. So we're gonna go ahead and just see what these guys do and how they manage their fuel. You know when you just see it, there's quite a few drivers here today. I think he's making his way up from the back. So let's see. Make sure he gets into his position. Yeah, I'm just interested to see what's going on behind. We've got one driver who seems to be missing, MIA. Okay, so we have, see if I can one late starter. Okay, after a much delayed start, we're finally here. And it's 5 lights. And they're out. And there we go. Okay. Anyway, it looks like Dakar gets a very, very poor start all the way in the back already. Well, he's gonna have a hard time getting through the pack. Let's go up with our leader here, who's actually Mavis on the loose. Out here in P1, actually. Don't know why that took me so long to think about. He's right at the front of the pack. Okay, after a much delayed start, behind him, and it looks like we've got Kite's there. We've got the Ebola car up in 4th position, which is pretty good. You know, appropriate. Sorry, Ebola. Sorry, coronavirus car. Anyway, it looks like here gets a very, very good start. Special livery that they're running back already for China. Well, he's gonna have a hard time getting through the pack. Trying to promote here. Let's go up with our leader here. The Zen, the Toyota Zen car here. Driven by Mavis on the loose, all the way up in 1st position. Let's go down to think about. He's right at the front of our main protagonist here. We've got Dark Car here, all the way down in 14th position. That's crazy. You know, he's normally one of the front runners, so you know, see him running this far down. Sorry, coronavirus. You know, surprisingly, you've got the other Valor Copper here running only in 9th position. So we're gonna see how these guys get through with our lead here. Zap here with the front of the field. Looks like Mavis is starting to break away a little bit. The slipstream in here is actually quite powerful, so we're gonna see this. We're gonna see this battle continue for quite a while. We see the pack starting to break in half. We've got this guy with the card behind. I think we're gonna go ahead and take a look at these guys here. We've got the other Toyota Zen here, other Valor Copper here, leading running in this pack, just being passed by that here. These guys get a Ferrari there. And it looks like that here is the front of the field all the way up, starting to break away a little bit to the second pack and catching them. So we've got the DRS here, that's quite powerful. We're gonna see, and momentarily closing the DRS while he goes around the corner. We see just to ensure that he doesn't spin out. We've got this guy smart, and he goes. I think we're gonna go ahead and take a look at these guys here. Managed to bring it back here somehow. He should have had to do that. Toyota, go ahead and take a look at the next Ferrari right here. Just being always coming in double. These guys get a real Ferrari there. And it looks like that here is the front of the field all the way up, starting to break away a little bit to the second pack and catching them. So we've got the DRS here, that's quite powerful. We're gonna see, and momentarily closing the DRS while he goes around the corner. We see just to ensure that he doesn't spin out. We've got this guy smart, and he goes. I think we're gonna go ahead and take a look at these guys here. Managed to bring it back here somehow. He should have had to do that. Toyota, go ahead and take a look at the next Ferrari right here. Just being always coming in double. These guys get a real Ferrari there. And it looks like that here is the front of the field all the way up, starting to break away a little bit to the second pack and catching them. So we've got the DRS here, that's quite powerful. Okay, sorry, my bad. Didn't realize I had the stream playing on the other side. Okay. Thank you, Fasta, for alerting me to that. Okay, so wow. Let's just continue. Sorry, so we've got Cat Kara here. In the hunt here for first position, we've got Mavis leading. He's been leading for about 3 laps now. Sorry for that intro. That was horrible. Jesus. Great. Awesome. So yeah, Mavis on the loose. Looks like he's about to lose his first place here. We've got a battle for the lead, but it looks like we've got 3 cars in a bout amongst each other, coming into one of the final corners here. Maybe. I think we're halfway into the lap. Let me scratch that. Then we've got Dakar right in there in the back, ready for the hunt. We've got the top 5 cars all separated by 1 second, and we've got the top 7 separated by 3.5. So these cars are running quite close together. Dakar finally makes his way to the start of the pack, and it looks like he's not even able to really break away with it. So let's see what these guys do here. Everybody running their nice little suits and helmets. Cat Kara, the only one here running his custom helmet in the Ferrari there. His black and blue helmet. Only one really utilizing that feature there. Let's go ahead and take a look at some people down in the field. We got the 2 McLarens running next to each other, and they're down in let's see here, 14th and 13th. Let's move up the pack a little bit. We got the 2 Valors here. We got Copper Powered, and we've got the other Valor of Darkar, and they're running pretty much together. Down in 10th and 9th, so they're going to be getting a collective 3 points together. So I'm actually kind of curious to see how these cars are going to get through the entire race here. A lot of people were complaining about the fuel usage being too high, so a lot of people are going to have to be using their ERS a lot to compensate. Oh, we got Dakar in the lead here, breaking away from the rest of the pack, it seems like. Behind him, we've got Professor Bloxer, we got Mavis on loose driving for Toyota Zen, and then we've got Cast in his his Spirit. Awesome. They're running a special gold wing, it looks like. That's interesting. It's Winnie the Pooh. Interesting. Okay. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the front runners here. So let's take a look at Dakar and see his fuel usage. With in only 5 laps, it looks like Dakar has been using quite a lot of fuel compared to his competitors here. Oh, actually, these guys, they're actually running 10% less fuel than a lot of the other guys around them. So they will have less fuel, which means they'll have less weight, which means they'll be faster. But it looks like that's not really the best strategy for right now. They've done 5 laps on about lean. So let's go ahead and do some math really quickly. Math. So yeah, a lot of people were complaining about not being able to finish. I just ran the numbers. I think everybody's going to be able to finish, even the guys who ran like 90% fuel. So it should be tight, but that's how it's supposed to be. So let's see what these guys do with it. They've got ERS to help them with fuel consumption. So let's see what they do. Professor Blocks are here setting a personal best and actually making his way up into the lead almost. Well, actually, I think that is the lead. Well, let's see. It looks like he's just behind Dakar here. He looks like he's trailing. We got a real battle for the lead right here. You know, we've got 4 cars all in contention within 1 second of each other, and top 3 within half a second of each other, which is a crazy gap to be thinking about right here. So Dakar has a special challenge on his hands here, because he's actually going to need to start managing fuel way before these guys do. These guys can basically just run how much ever fuel, whatever fuel mode they want, because they have 10% more fuel than Dakar does. So we're going to see how he manages his fuel there. And while he's giving the slipstream and the DRS to the drivers behind, he's just making the fuel consumption for them even better. So if I were the Ferrari pit wall right now, what I would do is I'd tell Dakar to run behind the guys so he can save fuel and not have to run so deep into the race. Let's go ahead and check these guys' tire wear as well. Let's see what these guys are doing lap-wise. So it looks like Dakar here is on 83. We got another car here, Cool Plug Alt, on 76 with quite a lot of rear tire wear left. So yeah, that's good for these guys. See how these guys get on. We got Waffles running around in absolute dead last. In 19th position, 7 laps in, and we've got 0 retirements, and we have just about as many cars as a real-life F1 race would at about this time, assuming one of the Hasses don't suddenly DNF. Grosjean. But anyway, speaking of Grosjean, we have another French driver leading this race, and it's Dakar. Let's go ahead and take a look behind. Looks like, we have Professor Blocks here running out of ERS, I believe. Let's see what his ERS percentage is at. I believe that's car number 13. Let's go punch that in. Okay, Professor Blocks are running at 67%. Ooh, doesn't look like he's gonna make it to the end. Yeah, he's gonna need to conserve fuel, but who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Does he have any team? Is that guy part of the team? Who's this guy? Oh, he's actually one of the drivers. I mean, dude, if you want, you can go out. You can be 7 laps down, but yeah. All right, Dakar, your leader. Let's go ahead and take a look at the midfield battle here. This midfield battle is quite close. This is a battle that we were just following being quite close. Let's go on board with Dakar here. I mean, Darkar. Oops. Darkar running up in 8th position with, who is that? His teammate directly behind him. You know, in Formula 1, in real life Formula 1, we would call this a Mercedes 1-2. But in Ion F1, we call it a Mercedes 910. 8-9, yeah, oops. Very surprised. One of these guys is gonna have to start running an alternative strategy here. I'd like to see what setup they're running. Actually, we got 66 and 67. Let's just check these guys out. We'll stay on board with these guys for a little bit longer. Let me see, bro. Should we allow refueling? If we did allow refueling, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Okay, I'll think about that later. But it's a good idea. Okay, so yeah, we got the 2 Valets here battling. They've been together for pretty much forever, honestly. Oh, we've even got behind them the 2 Russian power cars battling, and they're like pretty much stuck to each other as well. We see the car ahead actually has ERS still, and you can tell when he's using it. managed to get a very big, hefty gap from the driver ahead. Let me see. It looks like Cool Plug alt strategy for ERS is to use it as soon as he gets it, which I don't really think is the most effective way of using it. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some other battles here. Kai Kiera running alone. He's running single player right now, but Mavis and Kai Kiera, and Castronics are pretty much right on top of each other. So let's see what these guys managed to do. 6 and 54. Okay, Professor Boxer actually managed to break away, so he's going to be getting some really good points for his team. This ain't Roblox switching. Lag switching? Did somebody say lag switching? Yes, DNF for this guy for lag switching. Okay. Super boomer alert. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, so these guys are pretty much running right on top of each other. Let's go find some cool battles. We've got Rift, this guy, and Copper running pretty much side by side somewhere. Oh, looks like Copper made a mistake because his teammate is way up the field. Way up the field. Let's see. Darkar is running in 8th and Copper's running in 11th. And Darkar pits. Darkar comes into the pits. So it looks like he's going to be running a 4-stop strategy or something like that. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. One of the other cars pits behind him. That was one of the Russian power cars, I believe. And he comes out just behind his teammate. So he should be able to get the slipstream and the DRS from the 2 cars around him and make his way up the field. So good pit strategy from the Valor boys there. We got both drivers showing up, pretty rare on occasion here. Let's see if there are any other battles. We got here before in the McLaren here, battling with Wizard, who was, I believe these guys were pretty much together with before, weren't they? Yeah, so I really believe a lot of people aren't going to make it through the race, honestly. Because, look, we've got drivers like this guy. Let's figure out who this guy is. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the lead. Professor Bloxer's on 62%. Looks like he's using way too much fuel. And he's running in Rich right now. He's running in Rich? Dude, come on. Come on, dog. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it running in Rich. Come on. Let's take a look at that hair fuel while we're here, though. He's running on 70% fuel, despite starting on less fuel than this guy. And let's go take a look at Castronics number 6 here. And take a look at him. And we're also going to take a look at Mavis, which is the 54 car, I believe. These guys are running right up on top of each other. Okay, so a lot of people here are actually running on lean, except from Professor Bloxer for some reason. Alright, so I really want to see who makes it to the end of this race, to be honest with you. Because we're going to be running a rule here. You have to be able to manage your own fuel. You can't run out of fuel and then complain about it. If you think you're not going to make it to the end, well, shit. That's just how it's going to go. And then, you know, this might actually turn out to be a race of attrition. So whoever can save the most amount of fuel may be most beneficial. So I'm actually going to take a look at this as a strategist really quickly. And we've got Dakar into the pits right behind me. As I was looking at the screen, I saw the little pit board come up. Dakar pits on lap 13 with 68% fuel. So, yeah. Okay, that's me doing my job there as a race engineer for this team. So we're gonna go ahead and pay attention to that. It's crazy how well Dakar is managing his fuel though. Like he started with 10% less than all these other guys, and now he's 10% up on these guys. That's some really crazy fuel management there. Oh, we got another car pitting. Actually just coming out of the pits, and then we got another car there in the far background pitting too. Okay, so we're looking at the numbers now. I think everybody's just as nervous as each other. Everybody's looking over their shoulder just to see what's going on. So that's unsettling. Dakar pits, and he's still in the lead. Well, let's take a look at P2 here. P2 being Professor Bloxer, who for some reason is still running on hot lap. Is he? Because this fuel hasn't been going down too much. Maybe that's just a glitch, because there's no way he's running on hot lap and still actually has fuel. Is he? It kind of looks like he is. Oh no, is he? Is he running on hot lap? Oh, Dakar is running on hot lap though. Dakar has a point to prove here. Let's see what type of lap he sets. Mavis on loose is the current person who has the fastest lap. That might go in a second here, and it does. Now fastest lap goes to Dakar. Let's go ahead and take a look here at with cars in the background. Holy we have 3 cars here running together. We got Kaikier in the Ferrari running in 3rd position. We've got Mavis running in what are we running here? 4th. And then we've got, oh gosh, so many cars. We got Cass running right in the shot as well. In no, that's a back marker. That's a back marker. On fresh tires, so he's extremely quick. Everybody's pit at least once, and I've noticed at least 0 of them. And these guys are really going at it right here. They really should be saving fuel, but let's go ahead and stay on this battle right here to see what these guys do. Because I did tell Mavis exactly what to do. Let's see how he's doing that. Mavis on loose, 50%, and then cast. Oh no. We're gonna take a look at Kara here. 42%. So yeah, he's not gonna make it to the end. Really, everybody's pulling their calculators out right now, figuring out if they can make it to the end. Okay, so you need to get to about lap 19 on 50% to be anywhere near competitive. So let's see what these guys are doing right now. So 19 is where they should be, like around 50. Okay, so Dakar is gonna make it easily. Cass, on the other hand, he's got a lot of fuel saving to do, and Mavis is gonna have a lot of fuel saving to do as well. So, let's go ahead and wait for these guys to go ahead and finish here, because it's not looking good. Ooh, we've got a train of cars coming down. Let me see. I think one of those was Builder of Worlds, sir. All right, we caught him. All right, so we got the 2 Russian power cars, and we got Builder of Worlds running down in position number 10. So he's just in the cusp of the points, and the cars around him, I believe these are for position. And around him, we've got Wizard and Cool Plug Alt. So now Builder of Worlds is running down in 10th again, I believe. He overtook one of the other cars for a brief second, and it looks like we've got another car on fresh tires right behind him. I believe that is Castronics. Maybe wrong. It's iLord Skies. iLord Skies, okay. And this is actually for position as well. This is for position right here. iLord Skies running right behind these guys. Right in front of these guys now. Who's got a heap ton of pace right now. iLord Skies managing to find a whole lot of stuff. Hold on, we got Waffles doing something stupid. We're just gonna wait for these guys to come back around. Oh, look at them in the background over there. Let's go back on board with them. let's follow. Oh, let's follow Ilord Skies. Ilord Skies just broke away from this pack. He pulled up and said bye bye. Now he's about to just escape these guys. I don't know if he's got fresh tires or something, but like he's making his way through the pack, dude. I mean, maybe that's a lack of fuel, but let's go ahead and find out. Let's go ahead and find out. Just broke away from everybody. Like he approached like a shark and ran away like a chicken. Let's go. So yeah, good driving there from Ilord Skies. The drivers behind him still all in the same gaggle. Maybe they're on a different pit strategy. Maybe these guys are pitting later, but everybody so far has pit, to my knowledge. But maybe he's one of the later pitters. So maybe he's running a two-stop strategy. All right, we're at that magic number now. Let's wait for Dakar to cross the line, and let's see where he finishes. I actually believe Dakar is about to lap the guys that we were just watching. I think I just saw them outer shot just a second ago. Let's go ahead and find them. All right, so we got these cars again. See, I want to stay on board with this. This is what I want to stay on board with. These cars are battling, and it's great, right? They're all just locked in the train, and yeah, it looks like Fastest reporting that it's over for Kaikiera. He's got 35% fuel, even though he's been halfway through the race. He's made it halfway through the race with 35% fuel remaining. Okay, so here we go. A lot of people here are still, managing their fuel. But I think a lot of these guys have forgotten that they need to do a lot of fuel management. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the front runners here. Let's go look at the guys we were watching. Okay, so Dakar is going to make it. He's done 19 laps. That's half the race, and he has 50% fuel left. Castronics looks like it's barely gonna make it. Mavis needs to save fuel. He needs to save fuel. But it doesn't look like he's going to do that. So we're going to see a lot of drivers running out here. So let's go ahead and wait for these guys. We got Waffles there. Can we get him off the track? And we have one retirement. Didn't even notice. British Aviation. You know, let me tell you something funny about that, right? So these guys, they pull up, they do no practice. They set up an entire team just to show up to races, just to DNF like 15 minutes into them. And it's like, they do all this work, right? They do all this hard work just to like leave halfway through, like not even halfway through a race, like 10 laps into a race. So that's interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and ignore that. Yeah, we're gonna get Waffles to retire here because he's just wasting our time, and also his lights are flashing because his ERS is full. So that means he's not really been utilizing it. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at some of our drivers here. Just give me a second here. We're gonna go find Builder of Worlds. This is car number 11. Gotcha. Okay, alright, it's pretty much over for Builder of Worlds as well. Our drivers are horrible at managing fuel. Hold on. I am a Toyota Zent engineer, so I have to go ahead and inform my drivers that they need to go instead and save fuel. Okay. A lot of people really worried about fuel here. Geez, man. These guys aren't doing a really good job here. Hold on. I'm gonna tell these guys to lift it. Okay. Well, oopsie. But hey, I guess that's a message for everybody. There you go. Everybody who's struggling with fuel here, go ahead and lift it coast into the corners. You're gonna run out of fuel. Everybody can see it. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Let's take a look at the numbers. We are not even like 60% into the race, and some people are on 30% fuel. Come on, you need 40% fuel about right now. About right now. Come on. This guy said he's lost in fuel, and I ignored the rest of the message. And now it's gone. I can't see it anymore. Dear guys, save fuel. Save fuel. It's called lift and coast. It's called lift and coast. Okay? If you're running out of fuel, lift and coast. Look, Dakar's been doing this perfectly. And remember, he started on 90%. These guys started on 100. He has 51. I think he's even running in hot lap right now. Look how confident he is. Because he didn't waste his fuel. Oh my god. Okay, we actually had 2 retirements, but now one of the drivers is back, but he's pretty much retired. So we've got 17 finishers. We've got Elo dude actually racing. Stopping in the pit. Nope, he's pitting. Alright, cool. We got the McLaren manager there. Going ahead and looking at his team. He's probably gonna start managing some of these boys. Let's see, Maeve. Oh, this guy. Let's not talk about him. Alright, so we got this guy. Hero before. He started from the back of the grid. Right now he's at the back of the grid. And we got Alward's guys coming through here. I'm not sure if Alward's guys is pit again. Let's go ahead and take a look here. See what these guys are up to, or what these guys have been up to. People who haven't stopped yet are probably going to stop somewhere in the 31s for like a final like last stint or whatever. And Elo, while driving, told us to spectate him. Okay, well that's what happens when you leave the pits too early. It looks like Elo's tires aren't on properly, so he's got like no tires left, and he's just Tokyo drifting through every single corner. And on that note, Kaz, hey Kaz, the number 6 car, is Spirit Grand Prix. Elo was running down in like 17th anyway, and now he's still in 17th, so can we really complain? Okay, anyway, we have 14 laps left. 14 laps for these guys to manage their fuel. Oh my god, it's over for these guys. It is over for these guys. Let's go ahead and figure out how much of the race is left. Let me see. So 24 divided by 38. Okay, so they're about 60% done right now. So you're gonna need about 36% fuel remaining right about now. And the only person who's over that target that I've seen is Dakar. And we've got let's see, who is this? We've got Mavis hitting. Okay, cool. Great little note for him. We're on board with Bloxer, Professor Bloxer. I think he's going to be one of the first to run out. He's been like 10% under the average for like the absolute longest time. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. He's number 13, right? Gonna take this extra screen here. He's on, oh, he's actually been saving fuel. He's on 38%. He's actually where he needs to be. Okay, so looks like Professor Bloxer is gonna make it. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of our other drivers. Okay, yeah, so more people complaining here. So actually, if you took a look at the fuel consumption earlier, like at the start of the race, you're gonna notice that when I was taking a look at Dakar, he had like 10% less fuel than everybody else. And it just shows you that within a couple of laps, he managed to save so much more than 10% fuel just by being an efficient driver. Letting off where you need to, coasting where you need to, and just slipstreaming where you need to. You don't need to push that hard all the time. So we're gonna see what we do about the fuel here. We're gonna see what we do about the fuel. Because whoever doesn't make it needs to manage their fuel better. But we're gonna see how many people don't make it. And then we're just gonna go with that position. Why is Waffles back on the track? Go ahead and take a look at this pit stop strategy here. Dakar with 2 pits, and Cass actually, surprising little strategy here. Looks like he's actually going for the 2 stop, where I believe these other guys here have to pit again. So that's interesting. And he's actually one of the only front runners who have to do it, and here he comes for a 2nd stop. So now he's got to run about 12 laps on some used tires. So let's see how he does here. He's gonna come out in, let's see who's close to him. Alright, so Cass is going to come out in 4th position as it stands, but I believe he's going to drop down a few positions because we've got Darkheart. Oh no, he stays in he pits and manages to stay in 4th. So that's really, really good for the Esprit team. Not sure where the other Esprit car is. I haven't seen it in a while. Is it Ilord? It is Ilord. Running all the way down in 10th, so getting at least a point for the team, putting some points on the board is going to be very important. Go ahead and look back up here. Okay. Alright, so we know that this Professor Bloxer guy is actually really, really good at preserving his tire life, so that's actually quite surprising on his part. I really thought he was running a hot lap this whole time, but I think the switch is just broken. Maybe he's just been running in lean for so long that it forgot to update. So yeah, very good job for Professor Bloxer. Very, very, very good at saving fuel. Mavis, actually, I believe since he just pit recently, a couple of laps ago actually, he's gonna be in the hunt for fastest lap. But it also looks like he is in not lean, so let's see what he is. Mavis running in lean on 14%. Okay, so these guys are pretty much screwed. I'm pretty sure these guys are screwed, because yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here. Doesn't look like they're really saving fuel enough. Cause I don't know if they don't understand that like it's pretty crucial for you to understand. Hold on. Sorry, I'm confused. I'm reading something. Oh yeah, let's not forget to get that thumbnail. Okay, a lot of people saying Kaiker is out for some reason. Still see him right here. Let's see, what did we miss? Let's see. Kaiker is on 10% fuel. I'm sure what they were talking about. Builder of Worlds and Mavis are gonna run out of fuel. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Good job. We've got Builder of Worlds just crawling around, trying his hardest to make it to the finish. He's in 9th position right now, but yeah. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so these boys here are pretty much running around at like snail's pace. Does literally no one, what does it say? Does literally no one care about the fact that F2 cannot happen because people's PCs ain't working? What kind of boomer move is that, bro? Who cares? Shut the hell up. God. People talking like people care. Okay, so these guys are really running around on like 4 to like 1%. Look at this. Dakar. Like I'm so disappointed because as the engineer, I told these guys, come on, save fuel. You're gonna need it later. And look, Dakar he started on 10% less than these guys, and right now he's almost 30% up. All right, well let's just watch one of these fools run out of fuel. Let's see, it's gonna be Mavis first. See Mavis running on hot lap apparently. I don't think that's exactly accurate. Let's see what these guys do, because it's pretty much gonna be over for one of these guys. Yep, he knows it. We know it. Just run out of fuel. Just make it back to the garage. Is it over yet? Okay. Well, no, you still got fuel left. I don't know what people say they see fire, but there's no fire. He's got 0.6% fuel left. At least Builder is, saving fuel a little bit better. I can't wait to tell Gromowski what his 2 drivers did today. Let's go ahead and back on board with Mavis here. I think we just saw a broken car. Must have been a little glitch. All right, so here we go. Look, he's got like 0.5% of fuel. He's got like 3 laps left to do. I mean, can he make it? Maybe. Okay, like if Dakar manages to lap him three or four times, and he can make it. line. In fact, what he should do is he should just wait at the finish line. Okay, he crossed it. He crossed it. Good job. What he could have done is he could have waited at the finish line for the leader to finish, and then man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. All right, anyway. Okay, so actually, let's explain really quickly, right? Because Mavis thinks that it's something to do with server lag, but it's actually the fuel consumption is local, which means it has nothing to do with lag. It just depends on how you drive your car. I think Dakar is short shifting and lifting and coasting, so he's not going up the rev range. So he's actually driving in a smart manner versus everybody else who isn't. This guy, yeah, Memphis doesn't really know what he's talking about. We're gonna have a little press conference after the race, and we're gonna talk about this, right? Because this is actually gonna be an interesting case study. How one driver can finish with 25%, even though he started with 10% less than everybody else, and finished 30% ahead of everybody else. So let's go ahead and wait for this. Let's go ahead and wait. Oh, we got Builder out. Let's see who finishes. Builder is on fire. His engine has run out of fuel, and he's currently down in 13th now. Okay, so all right, let's see who's next. This is actually going to be the last lap here, so we're going to go ahead, have our little podium session, and we're all going to sit down and take a look at this. This is actually going to be a quiet and interesting case study to see what all the drivers here are finishing on. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Dakar's fuel is at, actually. So he's actually running with, hold up, 42 into this. Okay, it's 23%. Let's go ahead and take that away. Let's see who manages to finish. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's see. So Dakar wins. And now we gotta see who's second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Let's take let's take a look at this. All right, we're gonna be managing this. So you're gonna have to give us a quick second. All right, now we're gonna end here. We're gonna talk about some things and how not to run a league. Ahaha. Thank you guys for watching. That's been Ion F1, one of our stranger races, and we're out.